Sometimes, just a single little thread can have us struggling forever, right? The needle hole on a sewing machine is super tiny, way smaller than a hand sewing needle. And it is fixed to the machine. It makes threading even more challenging. But don't worry, there are actually some super easy hacks to thread your sewing machine needle quickly and smoothly. Let me show you how. Method 1. Take a short piece of electrical wire. A small piece is enough. Fold it in half. At the middle of the wire, carefully strip off the plastic coating using scissors. Be careful not to cut the copper wire inside. Next, use something sharp and thin like a screwdriver tip or a needle to pull up just one strand of copper wire. Pull it out a little bit, just like this. You don't need to remove it completely. Then, tape the two sides of the wire casing back together so the copper strand stays fixed in place. Finally, pinch the copper wire slightly so it becomes thinner than the sewing machine needle hole. Now we have a super handy tool to help thread the needle. First, line up the needle hole with the copper strand and gently insert it through. Then, place your thread into the little loop made by the bent copper wire. Finally, pull the wire back out of the needle hole. See? As the copper wire comes out, it pulls the thread right through the needle. Threading becomes quick and easy. Anyone can do it, no matter how tiny the needle hole is. This method is not only practical, but also reusable. Go ahead and give it a try. Let me show you one more time. Insert the copper wire through the needle hole. Place your thread into the copper loop. Then simply pull the wire back out, and your needle is threaded. It's practical, simple, and completely cost-free. Method 2. This method uses the old thread to pull in the new one. When you want to change the thread, don't rush to pull it all the way out. Instead, pull out a bit of the top thread so you have some extra length above the needle. Cut the thread above the needle like this, making sure the bottom part still stays in the needle hole. Now split the old thread ends apart so they're separated. Place your new thread on the left side of the old thread. Then, wrap the left strand of the old thread around the needle 4 to 5 times. Hold it steady with your left hand. With your right hand, pull the old thread on the right side upward. As you slowly pull, the new thread will slide right through the needle hole along with it. And that's it. The new thread is in place. Super easy, right? This method works perfectly, no matter how small the needle hole is or how sharp your eyesight might be. You can still thread it effortlessly. Let's repeat it together. Cut the top part of the old thread, leaving a short piece still inside the needle. Separate the thread into two sides. Place the thread to be threaded into the old thread on the left side. Wrap the old left strand around the needle a few times. Then pull the old right strand upward. And the new thread will smoothly pass through the hole. Method 3. Take a piece of coconut shell. You'll notice it has lots of tiny coconut fibers on the surface. Pick one fiber and smooth it out with your fingernail. Because coconut fiber is thin, strong, and flexible, it's perfect for making a needle threading tool. Now fold it in half. Then gently press down the bent tip of the coconut fiber. Next, take a cotton swab and cut off both ends. Insert the folded coconut fiber into the stick of the swab. Then, use a lighter to carefully burn one end so the fiber stays fixed in place. And just like that, we've made a handy little needle threading tool out of coconut fiber. Threading works the same way as in the first method. When using it, Align the bent end of the coconut fiber with the needle hole and gently push it through. Then place your sewing thread into the loop of the fiber. Finally, pull the fiber back out of the needle hole. Right away, the thread will pass smoothly through the needle. The whole process is quick and simple. Anyone can do it, no matter how tiny the needle hole is. This method is not only practical, but also reusable. Give it a try right now. Let me show you again so it's easier to follow. Insert the bent end of the coconut fiber into the needle hole. Place your thread into the loop. Finally, pull the fiber back out, and your thread is instantly through the needle. So easy, right? Where are you watching from? Please leave a comment to let me know. Method 4. The paper trick: grab a thin piece of paper, like writing paper. Fold it in half and press the crease tightly. Cut a sharp corner at less than a 30-degree angle. It's nice to know that we see each other all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. It's great to see your support. Place the thread along the fold and trim off any excess. Insert the sharp tip of the paper through the needle hole. If it's too big, trim it smaller until it fits. Once through, tear the paper slightly near the tip, and the thread will appear. Gently pull it, and the needle is threaded. Just remove the paper, and you're done in seconds. So there you have it. 4 simple, practical, and budget-friendly ways to thread a sewing machine needle without the struggle. Which one is your favorite? Or do you have another clever trick? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to try these out next time you sew. The video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. If you find the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your relatives and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.